Lyrics. What was that great line? Your nasty habits ain't confined to bed. The grocer told me what you do with bread.
Right. I'm more into the kind of nobody does it better type thing.
Well, I'm deeply ashamed of you, Judy. I thought you'd know that song. It was the great Chucking Out song. But did you know that Carol had a love affair with legendary American composer Marvin Hamlisch, who, of course, he wrote the tunes, she wrote the lyrics, and the singing stars absolutely hoovered them up.
Nobody does it better. Though sometimes I wish someone could. Nobody does it quite the way you do. Why'd you have to be so good? When I'm in your arms, nothing seems to matter. My whole world could shatter. I don't care. Wouldn't you agree? Baby, you and me got a groovy kind of love.
Singular sensation, every little step she takes. One thrilling combination, every move that she makes.
Imagine having that talent, come up with those tunes and those words and put them together like that. Well, anyway, the play is called They're Playing Our Song, the lyrics by Bear Sager, the score by Hamlisch. It opens a week tonight with Alistair McGowan and Connie Fisher in the lead roles. There's a combination I wouldn't have instantly plucked out of my head. It's great. It's
Good
really
job you're not in
unusual.
casting.
Pardon?
Good job you're not in casting.
No, but how did it happen? How did you get together on this?
Well, someone just approached us to do it, and I read the script. It was a bigger role than Maria, and I thought, wow, I've got to take this opportunity, this challenge. So it's another mountain that I've been able to climb. So
Is it a
really
musical?
exciting. Yeah.
It's a musical, but
Yeah.
there's a fantastic play underneath it, isn't there? Which is, it almost feels like we're doing a play separately in a way, because the
Play within a play, yeah.
The play itself, the words are written by Neil Simon, who's one of America's best, the world's best ever playwrights.
So what happens in? I mean, you're not actually directly playing Marvin Hamlisch and Carol Bear Sager. You've got different names, but it's based on their romance.
Yeah, it's roughly based on their partnership.
So
really.
you play a lyricist,
Yes.
and you play a composer.
I do
basically.
indeed.
You know, we are absolutely
do.
we love Marvin Hamlisch because we were really starstruck, weren't we? We were in California once and was
came to the hotel
having
bar we
dinner
were.
in a hotel,
Came
and
in
he
and
just
played,
wandered
walked in
in
and
and
started
just sat
playing.
down and played. And apparently
They chucked him out, obviously. He didn't have the booking. OK, so tell me how it works then. I mean, dialogue between the two of you, and then do we see you composing and then singing? Explain the play.
Yeah, it's a bit of both, really, isn't it? I mean, essentially, it's a very, very funny love story, a great love story. You don't need to know anything about Carol Bear Sager or Marvin Hamlisch to appreciate it, do you? Really? It's
No,
just-
it's
a really
fantastic.
nice story.
It's got a great. It's a rom-com basically.
Right.
It's a feel-good musical in a really small venue called the Chocolate Factory in London Bridge, the Menier Chocolate Factory,
Oh, yeah.
and it only has 170 seats. So you really feel like you're a part of the action.
I'll ask for my generation here. Was Carol Bear Sager? You've heard You're Moving Out Today, surely?
Yeah.
Before this,
Pack up your rubber duck, I'd like to wish you luck.
That's right. That's right.
Pack up your rubber
Pack up
Sorry.
your map of Mozambique.
Probably-
Take away the waterbed that leaks.
You
Remember?
see, probably if he'd sung it in the right tune, I might have remembered it.
Thank you, darling. Anyway, was she, as I would always imagine from the lyrics of the song, and the way she sang that song, was she kooky?
She's very kooky.
Yeah.
The character I play is much more heightened and is very, very kooky.
Yeah.
And of course they're New Yorkers as well, which lends
Yeah.
itself to being kooky. So it's a really kooky show. It's very funny. Well, Alistair's very funny.
You're very funny. She's very funny.
Funny, you're very funny.
No, you're funnier. No, you're funnier than me.
He's a funny guy.
The New York thing is fascinating though, because there's this whole Neil Simon thing, and through Woody Allen, who they wrote together on other projects,
Yeah.
But you hear this rhythm, and it comes right from Groucho Marx and right through to Friends in a way, and to do this stuff, which is so well written by Neil Simon, is fantastic. But it does come out of New York, and you have to do the accent, which we've had great tuition on from a guy called Rick Lipton, who's just brilliant.
This is good.
But
It's good job you're an impressionist, isn't it?
well, I'm learning things I didn't know at all about the accent, because for years I've done people like McEnroe, and you think, well, he's from New York, I can do the accent. But then when we had this extra refined tuition, you find all sorts of words and things that you just didn't know that New Yorkers said, like fantastic, not
Terrific.
fantastic.
I'm
Fantastic.
glad you said that, because we're going to be showing a few of your impressions after the break.
Including Groucho Marx.
Including Groucho Marx.
Is that right?
Yes.
But just one,
What was the
just
segue?
before we take a break, one quick word back to You say it's an even bigger role than Maria.
Yes.
Which means that it's going to be even more gruelling. And you found Maria very stressful, didn't you?
I did. I think I found it stressful. I really enjoyed the stress, though. I'm that kind of person who works well under stress, and I enjoyed the kind of the crazy hype around Maria and going from Maria into The Sound of Music, and everyone come to see the show. And I'm really hoping those people who saw The Sound of Music will come to the Chocolate Factory and watch their playing our song.
Let's just quickly, before we go to the break, remind them of you on the night that you actually won the TV show, and you just won, and this is you just doing your reprise, and it's just the emotion coming off you is amazing.
Wow.
And the performance.
My heart was a sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook as it trips and falls over stones on its way, to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to play.
That's controlled triumph. I love it.
That's really the best moment of my life, winning that.
Yeah.
A wonderful moment.
Till now.
Till now, working with Alistair is much better.
Well, we've got some of Alistair's wonderful moments coming up after the break. Back in a minute.
It'll be fine.